In the early stages of your trading career, it's easy to become overwhelmed with all of the new terms, strategies and concepts to focus on. And whilst all of this information will help you over the long term, one thing that is often overlooked in the beginner stages is risk management. So in this video, we're going to focus specifically on stop losses and take profits, going over what they are, how they work, and how traders ultimately use them to protect themselves from huge losses and to secure profits. Let's start off with a simple definition. A stop loss is simply a point decided upon by a trader at which they wish to exit the asset to avoid potential for unlimited losses. And on the other hand, a take profit is also a point decided upon by a trader, but this time it's at which they wish to exit the asset to secure a potential profit. See, the two things are actually very similar, useful tools which allow us to control our exposure to risk. And to be honest, there are many reasons why traders would use them. So before we look into a scenario, let's explain why traders actually choose to use both of these. Using a stop loss and take profit can allow traders to do the following. 1. Create a risk to reward profile, as they know where they will exit the trade. For instance, if it's green or red, traders know they will make a certain profit and a certain loss confirmed if they set the correct take profit and take loss points. And this allows for new strategies to come in, things like the 1% strategy, the 5% strategy, or the 10% strategy. You can Google all of these and we will make a video on them separately, but ultimately, using a stop loss and take profit can be beneficial to your strategy if it is something which you wish to do. It also helps to add more autonomy to the trading process, because I already know where I'm going to get in and get out. I can simply place a trade, set a stop loss, set a take profit, and if it goes down I will only lose so much confirmed, and if it goes up I will make so much confirmed. I know the points where I'll be in and out, and I can simply spend some other time doing something else, so it can make the process more autonomous. To add to that, it also allows us to gauge an early mover advantage. You can be in and out as soon as possible as there is reduced human interference. If I was to do that by hand, I would have to wait for it to hit that price, press execute, leave the trade, whereas if I have a stop loss or a take profit, it will automatically be done as soon as it hits my number, and that's something which a lot of people don't realise. Although there is a drawback. The drawback is that there's more of a short-termist approach here, as long-term investors often do not use stop losses and take profits, as over the long term it creates reduced potential for profits and increased potential for losses. Because when it's long term, I don't really care about the movement by day, by week, or ultimately the price movement in the short term at all, so I wouldn't really want to use those in a long term strategy. But some people still do, it just depends on which method you want to go for. Anyway, now let's look at some real world examples and some concepts. So we're going to use these two charts to make our scenario up. So the one on the left we're going to put as our take profit example, so I'm just going to write a quick TP, ignore the handwriting, and the one on the left, on the right is going to be the SL, so this is going to be our stop loss example. And we'll start off with our take profit example. So let's say that we buy a stock, it doesn't matter what stock it is. Let's say this is a price section and then we buy it around here, okay, so it's gone up a little bit, we buy around here. Let's say that this price point, for example, is 50. Not that it really matters, but we'll say for the sake of the example that this is 50. It's gone up to 50 from its previous point. So we buy in at 50 and now the stock starts to move a little bit, but we'll say it's quite still, it's just movement like this, right? So if we're setting a take profit, we want to get out, we want to set a point above where we bought it where we're going to cash out. So let's say we then set our take profit to 100. This is just an example, by the way, don't take these numbers for anything serious, but let's say 100. So our new point is 100, we want to make a profit at 100. So we set our take profit up here, that's where we're going to make a profit if it gets there. So ultimately the stock starts to move, it starts to move in our favour and we actually make that point. So it doesn't matter how high this stock goes above 100, our order is going to get filled around 100. It might be a couple of cents off, but basically around the point of 100 we are going to sell the stock automatically because we have our take profit at this point. So it's quite easy to understand really. It allows us to basically set that point and when it gets there we obviously have the potential to cash out automatically. The opposite could be true though, and imagine if this stock starts to move downwards and it moves on that path and we don't have a stop loss, then we can ultimately make unlimited losses as it can just keep going down. And that's why we need to come over and explain the stop loss. So it's a very similar thing, but this time we're moving, let's say downwards. So now a different stock, but we'll say the same numbers just to make it very, very easy. So now the stock starts at 100, okay? So if the stock starts at 100, we don't really want to lose that much money. But let's say we set we buy the stock at 100, right? And it starts to move down. Now obviously we're trying to make a profit, we'll assume that we're going long here, so we want it to rise above 100, so anything above 100 we would make a profit. The thing is though, the stock starts to move downwards like this, in any kind of pattern, just obviously this is just a rough pattern, but you see the point that I'm trying to make, it starts to move downwards. Now normally we would be in big trouble, but our stop loss can help us out here. Let's say we don't want to lose too much money, we set our stop loss at, let's just say for example, 75. Now these numbers aren't anything serious, I'm just making a very simple example. So if this stock gets down to 75, we're going to automatically make a loss at this point. And as bad as that seems, it's better than obviously riding it out and the stock just keeps going down and down and down and we just make a huge loss. So by setting our stop loss here around the 75 point, we are going to definitely get out if it hits there. If it doesn't, then we're going to carry on, but if it does, obviously we are going to cash out there to avoid huger losses. Now the thing about both of these is, good things can happen and you can miss out on them. Let's say for example, I want to cash out at this time 95. If it goes below 95, I'm going to get out. Well, let's say that the pattern starts to move like this. We move down a little bit and then we see a bit of a bounce and then it comes back up. That can happen and we would have automatically been out at 95, making a loss. We wouldn't have necessarily had to make one. So it is a bit of a double-edged sword, and that's why you have to manage it correctly. So it's important that you do that, it's important that you understand how the strategy works, and actually create a full-on method as to know where you are going to take your profit, where you're going to take your loss, and be comfortable with that. Now we're going to talk more about the psychology behind this in another episode. I explained this video in as much of an easy way as I possibly could. If you want to see a more advanced / intermediate version of this, I will be making that in the next few weeks and months, but this is just a basic beginner edition. So hopefully it was useful, hopefully the real world example that I created here will have had some kind of meaning and it will have made some sense to you guys. If the video did add any value at all, please do like it and subscribe and share it with somebody who could do with it. But that's it for now and I'll see you next time.